Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe. This weekend or tomorrow, Kaizer Chiefs is playing Township Rollers. So, how is that game gonna be? And let's be honest with ourselves, guys. Kaizer Chiefs cannot fumble a game like this. If they play nonsense tomorrow, that means our cheaper game is going to be basically nonsense, and it's gonna be very sad if we play nonsense tomorrow against Township Rollers. So we're gonna see how that goes, guys. So today we're gonna chat about the starting lineup and what I think of Thabo Cele, the player that Chiefs is rumored to be linked to by I think it's SABC Sport. I'm not sure. I've been seeing articles floating around here and there today. So guys, let's chat about it. Starting lineup. So with the starting lineup, I'm gonna put a disclaimer. I'm gonna put the team that I would like to at least see, but I can't say it's gonna be the most perfect team. But I'm saying this is the team I would like to see, and this is also based on the younger game from the performances we saw in the younger game, and also hoping that people aren't injured. So let's start with keeper. Keeper, I think it will be Peterson. I think Peterson is still gonna be now the number one keeper, and I I believe that, but I feel like Kune this year may get a lot more games because Kune's father is back, and Kune's father is the one coach who can get, Udenkla is the one coach who can get the most out of Utumelen Kune. So that's why I believe that Kaizer Chiefs is going to make Peterson their coach. I mean, Peterson their keeper, but I feel like Kune is going to be playing more this season. That's what I feel. Okay, left back. If Dove is not injured, I would play Dove. But for caution's sake, let's say to make sure that Dove at least plays against cheaper, let's rather start with Hlanti. Hlanti must start because we don't. If we think prefer Dove over Hlanti, then don't play Dove before cheaper. Rather play Hlanti because Dove has a thigh muscle thing that we saw against Yanga. And then center back standard. They must continue to build a partnership. Msimango and Ditlokwe. Those two are our twin towers, the new twin towers, and they're young. I love it. 24 and 26. It's good. It's good. And I love their height. I love their control. And their captains. Simangwe was a captain at TS Galaxy, and Duty Clock was captain sometimes of Supersport and even of Botswana national team. So captains, leaders. So it's interesting that we have so many leaders. Kune was once a leader, etc. Dove, I don't think he was a captain of, is it Mozambique, but he was at least he's a national team player as a foreign player. But other than that, right back. Okay, right back is tricky. My personal player who I would play and I prefer to play over all of the right backs is Solomons. I prefer Solomons because of his pace and his recovery, and he can just combine well. I like it. But what do I think is going to happen? I think they might play Frosler, especially if Urangas starts. If Uranga starts, then you need someone who's going to cross. But for me personally, I would say start with Solomon. Solomon's is for me the best right back. So for me, Solomon, yes, that's the player I'm sticking to. Now, center mid. This is the part of the lineup that is very tricky, but it's the most important part because here you have to decide. Are you going to play two defensive midfielders, or are you going to play one defensive midfielder and two center mids? And that is a difficult one. But this is my solution for this game, and I feel like it may work. Sitebe proved why he was so good for us last season and when he recovered and started becoming a DM. So Sitebe starting. And then next to Sitebe, I say Castillo. Right? Sitebe and Castillo partnership in the middle. That for me is the best defensive midfielders we have so far. One reason why I say Sitebe and Castillo and Sitebe can exchange going forward, and they can both create going forward, but they can also recover well, because we saw Castillo can recover and Sitebe recovered well, sometimes even way better than Matt. So That's why Sithebe and Castillo. And then in front of Sithebe and Castillo, this one is the most important one, right? This one is, I feel, the most crucial one and the most important one, and it's the most sensitive position, the position of number 10. Number 10, we have the options of Mduduzi Shabalala, and these are the front three. I won't speak of anyone else who can play that position. Mduduzi Shabalala, Mduduzi Mdantsane, and Nkosi Ngcobo. Okay, sharp. Now, if you have to ask me, so who would you play for tomorrow based on Nyanga's game? I will tell you this. Nkosi Ngcobo, I would prefer to start. I would prefer to start because number one, he already has cover from Castillo and Sithebe. So I would start Nkosi Ngcobo just based on the younger game. He was showing which is starting to look like the Nkosi we know, and number 10 is his position. So I would play Nkosi Ngcobo. So Nkosi Ngcobo, I would start him. And then second half, and then the thing that I like about Mdu is versatile. So if you see that we are losing the game, whatever, you can sacrifice a DM and bring in Umdu to be the number 2 CM, like playing with 2 number 10s, if you want to say that. But yeah, Nkosi Ngcobo, I would start with him. Next player, now I start with the left wing. Left wing is tricky, especially if Dolly has healed. If Dolly has healed and then you have Modi, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one, but me, what would I say? Start with Modi. I personally would start with Modi, but I know Kaizer Chiefs, they're probably going to start with who? With Dolly. But I will start with Modi because he had a good game last game, and I feel like there's no reason for him to not play, right? I would start him. But I'll also say this. Our right side, our right wing is very weak. So if Kaizer Chiefs is going to decide to play Dolly for sure, then I'd play Dolly on the left, but I'd make sure that Modi is on the right because we have to play. Modi has to be in this game. That's one thing I have to say. Modi has to be in this game. So for now, let's say my starting lineup will be Dolly on the left, Modi on the right, and Ranga as striker if he's healthy and ready. If Ranga is not there, then obvious Duba. That's my starting lineup. Yes, Mduduzi Mdantsane will come on, maybe Botsane will come on, etc., etc. But I feel like Mduduzi Mdantsane, Botsane, they didn't have great games, and we need to have some momentum coming into Chippa. We can't just enter Chippa not having momentum. So that is my starting lineup. Guys, tell me what you think. Tell me about the starting lineup. Tell me what you think. If Yakwatis at the starting lineup, tell me, guys. Tell me if you're angry. Tell me if you don't like it. Whatever. But guys, that's the Chiefs starting lineup. I think will be good. And what do you guys think about it? Tell me. Thabo Cele. What is my assessment of Thabo Cele? My assessment is that he's going to become a free agent, so chances are Chiefs will sign him. Because Sina still I'm a free agent. So we are like the guy who only goes and sees his ladies at night with choice condoms. We only use choice, Tina. We only use choice. Our players are all choice condoms. No, not in quality. Some of them are very good, but that's how it is. Chiefs takes players that are like choice condoms. But here, neither here nor there. It is what it is. Our team is broke, poor, or stingy. One of them there is Kaizer Chiefs. Broke, poor, or stingy, or just likes choice condoms. So it's one of those things. So with Thabo Cele, probably we might sign with Kaizer Chiefs. And what do I think about Thabo Cele? My issue with Thabo Cele. This is, I'm going to say pros and cons. Pro, I would rather have Thabo Cele in the team because we barely have defensive midfielders. Right, that's now number one. You would rather have a player who's at least good quality than having no player at all. Like Castillo and Sithebe can't be cruising the whole season alone. They need to have a competition in that role, and Thabo Cele has to be that competition. But what I've seen from Thabo Cele's game, and I've been tracking this boy for long, ever since he was in that KZN Academy till he went over to, I think it was Portugal first and all of that. Thabo Cele is a good player, but he has never shown to be a great player. So he's a good player, but he's never shown to be a great player. And my fear with that is that when you come to Chiefs, it's very quick for us to see that no, you are an average player who can do well at Polokwane City, Arrows and stuff like that, but at Kaizer Chiefs you won't do well. And that is my fear for Thabo Cele. And people are like, but he plays international. But I'm telling you this, guys. He plays international, but not in the high tier leagues. So if you're not even showing growth in the high tier leagues, when you come to Chiefs has more pressure than those lower tier leagues that he plays for. I'm out third division and whatnot. Chiefs has way more pressure. At Chiefs, if you Susa in a match, fans will know. And then they will be like, umbonile, inkomo, straight. You see, so you can't make one mistake. That's the nature of Kaizer Chiefs. Chiefs, number one, if you are exceptional, they will praise you like you are Mudimu. They'll tattoo their names on your body. That is a Chiefs fan. But if you're Nkomo, they won't lie. They'll even throw you with a cabbage. That is a Kaizer Chiefs fan. So does he have the heart to play for Chiefs? And does he have the mindset? Because when you were watching the internationals, yes, the boy is good. We won't lie, he's good. But under high pressure situations, he looked a bit shaky here and there. And let me tell you one thing. When you play Chiefs, high pressure situations is your everyday. When you drink water, you are titizela, we are telling who's telling. That is Kaizer Chiefs, playing for a Chiefs. So what is my assessment of Thabo Cele? Should we buy him? 100%. We should buy him. Will he solve all our issues? That is yet to be seen. We don't know. We hope so, but we don't know. But yeah, that is my assessment of Thabo Cele. Rather have him than not having him. We've always had a problem of not having depth. Rather have depth. So that's my thing. Let's buy Thabo Cele. Let's beat Township Rollers. And let's at least start the season sound decently. We won't win much this season, but let's try. Okay, tell me what you guys think.